We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
We move into Wednesday, day 3 of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament from Wells Fargo Arena. It is Class 2A. It is the bottom half of the quarterfinal bracket. We have 2 in. Now we have 2 more to play here, as it's number 2, the Denver Cyclones, and the Underwood Eagles, the 7 seed. They'll lock up here at the top of the hour from Wells Fargo Arena. Alongside Jenny Lichty, I'm Paul Yeager. Welcome down to courtside, where the 2 teams are going through their final stretches and shots around as they make their way onto the court. Denver's been here a couple of years ago. Underwood, it's been a while for them. They're playing, I guess you could always say, Jenny, when you're that 7 or 8 seed, you're playing with house money. Do you buy into that?
A little bit, yeah, definitely. You look at them; they haven't been here since we were at Mets. So, returning since 2004. 2004. That's when I was in high school. 2004,
yeah. And so a lot can change. Nobody remembers that's on the court now. So that means they're writing new history.
That's correct, yeah. And for them to come out of a few years ago not having that winning record. Great accomplishments in just a couple years for them to be here.
The Denver Cyclones, their 2 losses came to the top seed in 2A, the Dike New Hartford Wolverines, who are already into the semifinals with their win last night. But let's take a look at the road on how both of these teams got here. For Denver, they're 23-2. They knocked out Applington Parkersburg, a conference foe, to get here. They're just under 60 points a game, which is 7th in the class. Shoot the threes pretty darn well at 76. Yeah, that says 7%, but I know that's not right. And then Reese Johnson and Grace Hennessy are a lot of names we're going to call. A couple of those players in double figures. For Underwood, they're 22-2. They beat Trainer, who's been on this floor a time or two in the last few years. They average 55 points a game. They're only allowing 32 points a game. They shoot the ball 42%. Elizabeth Jacobson is the key. So as you look at these 2 roads and these lineups, which one, what stands out to you when you just look at these teams from a raw scouting perspective?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, especially because they're coming from opposite sides of the state. So who they have seen and who they have played has been definitely different. So that's why coming down to the state tournament, you're kind of in a new season here. But like you said, Denver having to play Dike New Hartford in conference, that's going to be tough coming out of that, knowing who Dike New Hartford has on their roster too. So this will be a good game.
And those inside the Dyke New Hartford program asked what was the toughest game you had during the season, the regular season, and it was their conference games with Denver. So consider that a huge compliment. They have the experience, and we're going to talk about some of that experience and their seeds for success when we come back. You're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament. This is the digital network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy. Back in a moment with our seeds for success.
Inside Casey's. Outside Casey's. Inside Casey's. Outside Casey's. Inside. Outside. Inside. Outside. Inside. Outside. Order for curbside pickup this winter, and we'll bring your delicious Casey's pizza order outside so you can stay inside. Now at Casey's, buy one large pizza, get one half off. Casey's, here for staying inside. Here for good.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
Alongside Jenny Lichty, I'm Paul Yeager. Welcome into Class 2A, and let's get you set. We've kind of given the overview of these two teams, but Jenny, what do the Denver Cyclones have to do in their Kruger seeds for success?
Yeah, I mean, Denver is going to play a fast pace, so keeping up with that fast pace, I guess, will definitely help them as one of theirs. Coach said that they need to play loose. They played tight the last time they were down here, so keeping loose. And then, like all the other games down here, leaning on that defense and really strategizing and playing defense than our offense.
You're buying into that defense wins championships motto?
I've always been a defense wins championships.
All right, and for Underwood, what are they going to have to do?
Communication is going to be key with them, but playing down here, it might be a little bit tougher knowing how loud it can get in this arena. Rebounding is one of their strong suits, so making sure that they get the rebounds when they need them, and then just playing with confidence. You know, they only are rostering one senior, so a lot of younger players, but hopefully we can see some confidence coming from them today.
We've seen a couple of Western Iowa teams come over here and have success. Glenwood yesterday. Let's see what Underwood can do against the Denver Cyclones, and that is a look at your seeds for success, which were brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you are in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first name seed, first name service. Learn more at krugerseed.com. The introductions of the players, the starting lineups, and the tip-off are coming your way next from Wells Fargo Arena in Class 2A Girls State Basketball.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
The final jitters are starting to heighten as we get ready for introductions. We're going to meet all the players and coaches from both squads, part of the tradition of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament here from Wells Fargo Arena. We're going to meet some super fans. We'll also find out our officials, and we're going to do it all right now as we go across the court from our vantage point to Mr. Tim Fitzpatrick, who's on public address, and he will give the introductions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and basketball fans. Welcome to today's 2022 Girls State Basketball 2A quarterfinal matchup featuring the Underwood Eagles and the Denver Cyclones. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Underwood High School and Denver High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Leah Reese of Maquoketa Valley, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Underwood High School, accepting for Byron and Kathy Knott is Susie Knott. And from Denver High School, Steve and Carol Moon. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union encourages positive behavior.
Pride, respect, leadership, and sportsmanship on the court and in the stands.
Remember what a great privilege it is to see your team compete.
Thank you for your attendance. Enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
Players in today's 2A quarterfinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters for the Underwood Eagles. Number 1, Mary Stevens. Number 2, Cassidy Cunningham. Number 5, Haley Stengel. Number 10, Tyler Hull. Number 12, Delaney Ambrose. Number 22, Finley Roberts. And number 34, Corinne Trady. Your assistant coaches, Andre Humphrey and Rick Larson. And now let's meet your non-starters for the Denver Cyclones. Number 0, Lily Cooper. Number 3, Brooke Bonnet. Number 5, Elena Hildebrandt. Number 10, Ava Duncan. Number 11, Malia Gunnerman. Number 13, Aubrey Decker. Number 21, Kira Corteliu. Number 24, Macy Mathias. Number 30, Anna Mullert. And number 54, Margot Harkin. Your assistant coaches, Bob Hennessy, Shane Kirkhoff. And now, here are your starters for today's 2A quarterfinal. For Underwood at guard, a 5'5" junior number 3, Aaliyah Humphrey. For Denver at guard, a 5'11" senior number 2, Allison Bonnet. For the Eagles at guard, a 5'4" junior number 4, Leah Hall. For the Cyclones at guard, a 5'9" senior number 12, Avery Ford. For Underwood at forward, a 5'10" senior number 15, Kendra Cook. At guard for Denver, a 5'10" junior number 15, Grace Hennessy. For the Eagles at guard, a 5'4" junior number 21, Allie Fletcher. For the Cyclones at guard, a 5'9" senior number 22, Reese Johnson. And for Underwood at center, a 6'3" sophomore, number 23, Elizabeth Jacobson. For Denver at center, a 5'10" senior, number 44, Sydney Egena. Head coaches for Underwood, Jasmine Ruth, and for Denver, Joe Frost. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the area in front of the scores table as I introduce our officials for today's 2A quarterfinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Kevin Schultz, Royce Reniger, and Jason Slaughter. Fans, at this time we ask that you please join us and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America and those who are around the world protecting our freedom with our national anthem performed today by the Valkyries from Roland Story High School under the direction of Tanner Stutzman. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nice job, ladies.
Before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa, and we'd like to thank the offices listed on your screen for their support of the two teams playing in our game today. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Is this the best time of the day, right here before the tip?
Yeah.
You the most nervous?
A little bit.
I love it. I love this energy right here. What's Denver have to do to win?
They got to keep up the pace. Play at their pace. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of words. But if they play at their pace and keep shooting.
And Underwood?
I think if they can slow them down, they'll be good.
We'll find out now. The Eagles in blue, the Cyclones in white. The opening tip is taken by the Eagles. Aaliyah Humphrey with the basketball, and she'll cross over midcourt as we're underway from Class 2A quarterfinal here, 2022 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament. Along with Jenny Lichty, I'm Paul Yeager. Inside go the Eagles right away in a tie-up between Leah Hall and I think that is Bonnet. And on the alternating possession arrow, Denver's going to get the ball back, as in the first few seconds Underwood not able to get a good look at the basket.
I think that's where Denver comes in. They're going to pressure, put that pressure on Underwood to kind of throw them off.
Kick to the right side for three is long by Avery Ford, and the Eagles on the weak side board. Cook is there. This will be the first good offensive possession for Underwood. They kick it in, then out, and then tipped away.
And they get it back right away.
And then right back to the Eagles. So sometimes that can happen. You get the turnover and you lose your way of you for a moment. It gets tipped right back. And that's going to be a travel.
Every possession is going to matter down here, too.
And they matter early, right? Because they set the tone?
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you can't start off right, you got to just digging yourself a hole there.
Bonnet, double dribbles. So now we just trade little turnovers.
Are we seeing the pressure of the state tournament here?
Well, you never know if it's amplified more in the beginning of the game or the end of the game. Jacobson now to the right side. 15-footer just inside the three was Hall. Her shot falls short. Underwood, which is south of Council Bluffs, came over last night. Had a shoot around this morning at Drake over at the Knapp Center. I don't know if it's required. They have to go where the same colors are, blue and white, but a lot of teams go there to work at Drake. And
I think part of that goes to the open back behind that backboard and trying to adjust to not having that gym wall there.
And as we get to the smaller schools today, Jenny, in both 2A and 1A, is the three on the corner from the left side, little off the mark is Bonnet, and a rebound for Elizabeth Jacobson. These smaller schools don't play in the larger arenas as much, and that backdrop, that can be a factor.
Definitely. I know when we were down here, that was one of the things that we are trying to make adjustments for.
Egina the rebound, and now driving in and not quite scoring was Egina, and then it's tipped back towards the Eagles. Collecting it was Allie Fletcher. Still no score, 2 minutes gone by. Nice drive to the rack, but missing it is Humphrey, and then a whistle on a foul. On the last two possessions, we're finally seeing teams attack the basket. Is that one of those strategies of like, okay, our jumpers aren't working, maybe if we just lay it up?
Yep, and I think Denver will adjust to that and try to work something different. We'll see if Underwood can do the same.
And that three is missed by Hall, and grabbing the board is Hennessy. Johnson drives down to the right block, kicks it for Egina. Swung over for Ford. Passes in the lane, and up and good are the Denver Cyclones.
That's a big basket right there. Get the first one out of the way.
Denver out 2-0 lead. Getting the bucket was Egina. Nice interior pass, and then doing the splits is Jacobson, but she somehow keeps possession. And Hall counters with the three. What was that about pace? Travel. All of a sudden, we've kind of amped it up. Five minutes left, first quarter. 3 for Underwood, 2 for Denver. Hall hit the three to give the Eagles the lead. Inside and off the glass is Elizabeth Jacobson.
If they could keep that going, I think that height difference is going to help Underwood out.
Nice pull up in the lane by Egina, or by Johnson, and the Eagles again get the board. Hall, right wing. Humphrey waits before dribbling and just gets rid of the basketball to Cook, who pulls up her dribble, waiting for a cut by Hall. Now Humphrey, nice crossover. Missed. Tipped, taken by Egina. Getting behind the defense, and then not quite a balanced shot by Ford. She kind of was underneath the backboard. Interior pass is stolen by Hennessy. Ford now three-pointer on the way from Eganaz is long, and then collecting and scoring is Reese Johnson. Hall brings the basketball up, guarded quickly by Bonnet. Nice, gets around her, shoots in transition and scores. Seven for Underwood. Ford dribbles down and pulls back out. Tipped away. Underwood looks like they're feeling a little bit of confidence right now.
Yeah, I would say so. I think they're slowing Denver down just a little bit enough that Denver is struggling to make the adjustment.
Hennessy drives in, pulls up from 8, gets it to fall. Hennessy, the one of the more talented, if not the most talented on the floor. That was a nice athletic play. Kick out Hall, she hit from the right, misses from the left. Hennessy the rebound. And she's gonna run the basketball up the floor. Avery Ford. Bonnet. Hennessy, guarded closely by Humphrey. Wide open look from 3 is good by Allison Bonnet. She went down on contact after the shot. Thought we might have a 4-point play opportunity. That gives Denver the lead back. Humphrey drives in, has it taken away by Johnson. Up ahead, Eganoff collects, scores.
I think Denver's trying to find their stride or getting there.
5-0 run makes it 11-7. The final 90 seconds of this first quarter. Hall again 3. This time she hits. 6 points for Hall, all via the 3. Getting behind the defense, Eganoff hits it. How was that pace slow? It's really picked up. Hall.
I think we're finding some comfort on the court here.
Humphrey. Pass inside is knocked away. Aganon, we're going to have 4 substitutions here, and all of our substitutions today are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Stengel inbounds it. And then it's going to be off. Hennessy had the steal for a moment, took it off of Cook's leg, but it actually went off of, I think that was Johnson right there. Humphrey to inbound, finds Cook. Humphrey, now back Cook. Cuts, shoots. She's either fouled in the act of shooting, and that's what it is. It's either going to be Hildebrandt, and that's who they get, the sophomore. Good defensive player. Coach Frost likes what she can do defensively. She came in at that last break in the action. Free throw missed by Kendra Cook.
She's our lone senior on that team.
Cook hits the second. 13-11, 40 seconds to play. Johnson. Nice runner. Hildebrandt. Fletcher, now Humphrey. Cook, 3. Good! the buzzer. Shot is no good. Denver a 1-point lead after one.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. All right, Jenny Lichty, what do you see? Let's start with Underwood. What did you see out of them in the first quarter?
They're setting the pace a little bit and looking at different options, which has been good. I think it's kind of caught Denver off guard. And then you look at Denver. Denver's kind of struggled there at the beginning trying to hit a shot or something going in. But in those last couple of runs, they've been able to produce something off of it.
Both teams looking to feel a little more comfortable. 1-point advantage for Denver. Both teams have led in this game. The largest lead for Underwood was 3. The largest lead for Denver was 4. Both teams shooting in that mid-40% range from the field. The difference is Underwood 3 of 6 from 3. Denver 1 of 4. Hall hit a couple of those threes in the first quarter. Leaves it up top for Fletcher. And she has it knocked away. Reese Johnson. What do you think of Denver's defense? They seem to be in a lot of passing lanes, or am I just seeing things?
They are definitely putting their arms in there and reading it and moving around for it. There was one that they tried going down below with, and she kind of got caught off guard, but she recovered really well.
Cook hit the last 3. Now she hits the 2, so she's on a 5-0 run of her own. Underwood back to the lead by 1. Hennessy flashed for a moment. Egana held it. Johnson pulls up the dribble. Hennessy for 3. Short. Humphrey gives chase. Didn't need to. Hustle in front of the announcers to our right because it was last touched by Denver. Allie Fletcher will bring it out. She fills in whatever role is needed. Sometimes it is that point, but it's Humphrey. Knows the game well. Coach loves what kind of IQ. You just love a good basketball IQ leading the point. Fletcher drives, now back to Humphrey. Hall on the give and go, and the good bucket for Underwood.
Underwood keeps moving around, and they keep trying to find those open spots.
Sometimes if that defense is in all the passing lanes, if you can just find a way. Humphrey denies with the left. She's on a breakaway, and she'll lay it in. Humphrey's first 2 points. One other thing that Coach said, in fact, the second thing that Coach said is that she's a great defender. Proved it right there. Egana answers. Coach Jasmine Ruth on the sideline, former basketball player herself, a BV Beaver. A couple of BV players or coaches here at the tournament this week. Kind of fun to see the old Iowa Conference, now American Rivers represented. Humphrey jump stop, missed. Rebound, Jacobson. Now earlier you had said, you thought maybe more of that inside play, and since that time, Denver had kind of done a good job of keeping Jacobson. Underwood hadn't been able to find her. What was Denver doing? Were they doubling on her?
I don't think so. I keep watching down there, and they usually just have one girl on her, and she's doing a really good job. But there's still that height difference that I think they're just reading and getting their hands in there to block them.
So Egina and Jacobson are locked up down low on that block as Jacobson flashes the left hand, but they go instead to Fletcher. Drops down on Hennessy, and Hennessy didn't go straight up on the defense, so she is going to be called for the foul. So Grace Hennessy, the junior, who averages 16 points a game, long wing. She just couldn't get those long arms straight up there and commits the foul as Cook hits the free throw. Cook hits a pair, now has 8. Underwood, the lead is 5. Their biggest of the game. Reese Johnson thought about the 3, inside. Bonnet is fouled. And the Underwood fans didn't quite believe that. Elizabeth Jacobson has whistled for the foul. The senior Bonnet hits the first, gets into the 4-point range now. She hit a 3 early. It's the second. 5 minutes, 13 seconds to play. Underwood back by 3. Hall, Humphrey. Hull drives in, now passes it off to Jacobson, who hits the shot. This pace may not be as fast as the first, but it's definitely, everybody's shots seem to be falling. Quick swung over to Reese Johnson. Bonnet. Ford on Humphrey. Johnson leaves it for Hennessy, who hopped. Sometimes you get so excited on that drive, you lift the pivot.
I think Underwood's done a really good job of reading things and made some of those smart plays. So those couple that went out of bounds earlier that she didn't touch, she just knew better than to go after them. And I think Denver's kind of getting caught in a little bit of it.
I don't think Jacobson knew that was coming, but that ball was moving. What'd you do after a pass that maybe wasn't received like you wanted? Did you give a look? Did you stare down your teammate? What gives?
No, because you got to go back to the other end and play.
Egina thought about it and said she'll drive, get past Jacobson and score. Double figures now for Sydney Egina. She's the vocal leader of this squad. She's doing a physical demonstration. Hall gets past, and then I think Jacobson was fouled on that rebound. Allison Bonnet. Timeout on the floor. Denver Cyclones take a 30-second one, and we'll have a check-in of Macy Mathias after the timeout. And all of our substitutions today are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. All right, last night in 2A, we played 2 games. Dyke New Hartford sent South Central Calhoun home with a 64-44 win, and Panorama won over Iowa City Regina 46-38. After this game, third-seeded Central Lyon will play Cascade. Cascade, after an absence last year, will be back on the court, and then we'll flip over to 1A. Newell Fonda, North Mahaska at 1:30, MMCRU, then Exira EHK, Bishop Garrigan, Burlington, Notre Dame at 5. And then the last game of the day, Springville and North Lynn, a Tri-Rivers matchup taking place here. I think you'd be okay playing your third game at state, right?
Yeah.
Turnover by Underwood. Bonnet, before she gets the shot off, is fouled out at the logo. So you played at the state tournament, Jenny. What do you remember?
I was just on the team. I was
on the team, but you were.
yeah.
But this is all part of the experience.
It is, and I mean, I was everywhere with that team too. So, just the excitement of being down here, and you look at these smaller schools that bring the entire community down here. So you're not just here by yourselves. You're here with the entire the school.
And that's something I think we'll see as the day goes on. 2A, 1A. You do have a lot of the towns that come, and when you have multiple towns, all the towns empty out. Nice move by Johnson. Held ball will stay on the right side of the screen and stay with Denver. I always ask the girls in the postgame, what is it, especially if you've been here before, I'm like, what did you do the first time that you want to repeat? Well, they're like, well, I don't want to lose, so I don't want to repeat that. But the three is hit by Sydney Egana. But some of them say that exact same thing that you just did. They're with their friends. They want to. They love being with the team. This is your chance, your last chance to be together. You know where this tournament plays in the lexicon of the state. The DNA of the Iowa girl is all over here. I mean, they even have a moment where former players are asked to stand up, and there's a lot of people that stand up.
Yeah. A lot of them have good memories here, too.
Underwood and Denver locked in a 24-all game. Biggest lead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think we have gotten into the feeling comfortable, knowing we've seen a little bit more fouls. We've seen a little bit more aggressiveness of both of these teams going.
They're getting their sweat up.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling it. Humphrey, not quite that shot. Falls, and Reese Johnson hits the deck. But she was fouled. Elizabeth Jacobson whistled, and that's her second foul. Three minutes to go before half. Hennessy dribbles down, kicks it, Egana. Bonnet, short, out of bounds, back to Underwood. Coach Ruth said, hey, we have to communicate, we have to rebound, and we have to play confident. Do you think any of those keys have been met for Underwood yet?
I would say they're doing a really good job rebounding and going after the rebounds, or reading the rebounds and not knowing when to touch them going out of bounds there.
And I would add to it and say, I think confident. I think they've been playing confident too, right?
Oh, yeah.
That pass is tipped by Egana. So Underwood will inbound it again. A little more pressure coming now up front from Hennessy. Denver might not have all the height, but they certainly have the length. As you look at some of these defenders, they really get their arms stretched. Into Cunningham, and that's taken away. Hennessy, three is missed, and then the rebound. Foul on the rebound. Sydney Egana whistled there. And the glue girl heads to the bench right now. And Macy Matthias comes in on another IMT insurance substitution. Be worry-free with IMTINS.com. This game feels like a tie game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really feel either team. I mean, I've already mentioned it a couple times about The biggest lead has been 5 or 4. Just no teams really established dominance.
I think that's the state tournament, though, is that you can come in here knowing that you're a 7 seed, and you could play like a 2 seed. I mean, Underwood's proving it right now.
And the seedings are tough based on, I think you said it in the open about the geography. There are really no common opponents. You can't really, when you're on so far apart, I mean, we're talking 4 hours from Denver to Underwood, actually. Yeah, probably about 4 hours. Collected by Johnson, and Underwood tried to rebound it, but they got tied up with it. Hall had it, just couldn't possess it solely. That allowed Denver to tie it up and get the ball back, or Underwood will get it back.
That was one of my favorite things in Vets. Do you remember on the far end they had the state of Iowa with all the schools and the 2 lit up, that board?
You'll see it occasionally. It might show up here in this broadcast. I know it'll show up on Iowa PBS on Friday and Saturday. It's one of the things we like to show, and it was, I think the original board sits across the street at the Hall of Pride.
Does it?
So you can go over and see that. So we said Underwood, that's by Council Bluffs, western Iowa. Denver, north of Waterloo on Highway 63, just south of Highway 3. Hennessy, drop step, kick. Matthias' shot banks off the glass. It doesn't matter, it counts either way. Don't you love that smile when you bank it in? You're like, that's what I meant to do.
Denver did a good job there of getting Underwood in the lane and kind of tripping over themselves to kick it out.
Hall drives and draws contact, and she'll shoot 2, as that is the 7th team foul, now 8th on Denver. Underwood with only 3 fouls, so kind of watching some of that a lot. The fouls are spread apart for Denver, as Leah Hall hits the first. Hall with a lot of basketball experience, and she almost got bailed out there by Cunningham, who got a hand on it, and then Fletcher and Johnson lock up, and there's a foul. It's going to be on.
I think it was on Cunningham.
I think it is on Cunningham, yep.
She kind of ran away from it really quick there, like, I didn't do it.
You remember the days when you used to have to put your arm up when you committed the foul. They don't make you do that anymore. The public shaming, right? Final 40 seconds of the half. Denver looking to extend this 2-point lead. Into the corner, 3, short by Matthias. And Underwood will have it, and they'll slow it down with 20 seconds. Coach Ruth, hands up, 1. Humphrey pulls up the dribble. Cook travels. She thought maybe she got tied up on contact, but no. A lot of defensive contact allowed to happen here at the tournament. 3 seconds, 2, Fletcher at the buzzer. Ball short, Denver will take a 2-point lead into the locker room. 27-25. So a 12-9 quarter for Denver. And again, field goal shooting, 50% for Underwood, 42% for Denver. Just Denver has more shots off, 11-26. They're getting 13 from Sydney Egana, 5 from Allison Bonnet. But Reese Johnson held in check, as is Grace Hennessy. So Underwood, on their scouting report, trying to keep those 2 in check. Mission accomplished.
I would say that, and vice versa. I think they are making sure, Denver's making sure that Jacobson isn't getting anything down below either.
Jacobson averages 13 points a game, and right now I have her for 4, and that's what they have for the scorebook. So we'll take a look at the stats We'll recap the first half and keep you going here at halftime. This is Class 2A quarterfinals of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network, which is presented by Mid-American Energy.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is the place for you.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Denver leads by 2 in this quarterfinal, Class 2A. We are at halftime of this contest, and it has been a good back-and-forth game. We've had a couple of ties. We've had a little bit of a lead, but Jenny Lichty, what do you see so far? I mean, I asked you coming out of that first quarter, a lot more shots were going in early, and then the defenses have kind of ratcheted up. So Underwood, grade their performance first half.
I don't like grading.
Grading, fine. That's why you got out of teaching? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's why I got out of teaching, yeah. No, I think they are doing a good job of moving, looking around. Coach said that rebounding was important for them. They are definitely getting the rebounds. And I think they're also putting Denver in places that Denver's not used to.
Obviously, yeah. And then how about, let's call it this. It's a parent-teacher conference season. So let's call it, you're talking to the parents of the Denver fans now. What are they doing well?
They're doing a good job of getting Underwood spread out and kind of caught off guard on their defense. So you see them, they're going to spread out, but then they're going to start cutting, and Underwood, I think, is getting tripped up on themselves of just getting too tight in the lane that they're leaving Denver open. And Denver is not giving it to their top scorer by any means. Hennessy is easily one of their leading scorers, but if you look at it, Sydney has all the points.
Right, and we just were handed some halftime statistics, and let's verify that. And you look at Grace Hennessy, 2 points on 1 of 3 shootings, so she's only been able to get 3 shots off. Do you credit defense for that, or is it an offensive game plan that's just maybe not finding her?
I think it could go both ways. I think Underwood was planning on trying to shut her down. But at the same time, I just don't think she's getting the shots that she isn't used to getting.
Well, Sydney Egana averages only 7 points a game, and she's at 13, 6 of 8 shooting. So when one is maybe not hitting, you go to the other, and that's what Coach Frost has with Sydney Egana, and her 13 points, 5 for Allison Bonnet. Flip it over to Underwood, 8 points for Kendra Cook, 6 for Leah Hill, both of those via the 3, 4 for Elizabeth Jacobson, 5 for Tyler Hull. So Jacobson, another post player, 6 rebounds, so she's had her maybe not all of them in the points, but she's been able to at least keep the ball with her team offensively or get it back for defense.
Yeah, she's definitely doing her part down there. And I think that's one of the things, so you talk about Underwood focusing on Denver's key players. I think Underwood was focusing on trying to shut her down or keep her out of that scoring position. So if you just watch that defensive matchup, it's just kind of interesting. It's fun to watch and see how well Denver is covering her.
All right, well, all of these Iowa girls are getting their lifetime memories right here, and it takes a partnership to get between the Iowa girl and the Iowa High School Athletic Union. And this partnership came about a certain way. Let's let Lisa Brinkmeyer from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union tell us about how this partnership worked in this special interview here at halftime.
I'm Lisa Brinkmeyer, here along with Brent Johnson, president of Iowa Farm Bureau. First off, we'd like to thank you for your title sponsorship of the Girls Athletic Union, as well as the 2022 Girls State Basketball Tournament. Brent, why is it important for Iowa Farm Bureau to invest in Iowa's youth?
Yeah, well, our youth is tomorrow's leaders. And, Iowa Farm Bureau, we put a lot of emphasis in that. And, every year we give $250,000 to kids in scholarships throughout the entire state. Over the last several years, we've provided almost $500,000 in teacher education and products for their classrooms. One of the things that we're really proud of is being able to take care of our students on the athletic fields as well. Iowa is one of only 7 states that even offers concussion insurance. And again, this year, Iowa Farm Bureau, we're proud to announce that at no cost to the student or their families, Iowa Farm Bureau is providing that concussion insurance for those student athletes so that they remain safe and can compete at a high level.
Fantastic.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. The fun is always loud. And now it's easy to plan your Des Moines adventure. Introducing the Catch List. A list of all things you can't miss. All the thrills, all the chills, hops and drops. Des Moines is a city of love that'll put a smile on your face. It's easy to picture yourself here. Find your adventure at catchdesmoines.com/catchlist today.
Inside Casey's. Outside Casey's. Inside Casey's. Outside Casey's. Inside. Outside. Inside. Outside. Inside. Outside. Order for curbside pickup this winter and we'll bring your delicious Casey's pizza order outside so you can stay inside. Now at Casey's, buy one large pizza, get one half off. Casey's, here for staying inside. Here for good.
Game one of 6 today on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. It's Class 2A. The Denver Cyclones, number 2 seed in the tournament, leading Underwood by 2. The 2-7 matchup, Jenny Lichty. I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here. Jenny, this is one of those times, I think we talked about it earlier in the second quarter about this 2-7 thing. We've seen a lot of 1 seed struggle, so that certainly is going to give credit or confidence to the 7 seed when they're playing the 2, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like you said, the seeds kind of hard to read because these guys are coming from opposite sides of the state, and they haven't played the same team, so it's hard saying, yes, Dyke is tough, and Denver's played them, but is Dyke Underwood tough?
Well, and that's you look at, so Underwood beat Trainer, who had been a regular here for a number of years, and that avenged that was a regular season loss. So they were able to beat Trainer, but you're looking at these other schools, and a lot of them have just not been here in a while. I'm thinking Logan Magnolia. They'd had a couple of teams here, and maybe once in a while Council Bluffs St. Albert would make it, but it is not a schedule full of state tournament teams, whereas Denver, they played North Lynn, Waverly, Shell Rock. Both have been here. Dyke New Hartford, Appleton Parkersburg, who was on that's who they beat in the regional final. MFL Marmac had a really good season. This is harder to tell in 2A, 1A. You'll see as that day, there's some undefeated teams that are the 3 or the 4 seed. It's hard to kind of sort some of the things out. So that's why you could probably just say throw those seeds out the window in 2A, 1A.
Yep.
But they do try real hard here. The girls' union staff does get out, and they look at games and try to do the eye test. As trying to catch it and score was Avery Ford. So Denver not necessarily working through Hennessy, but let's see how they do. And let's also see if Elizabeth Jacobson or maybe Kendra Cook touch the basketball a little bit more. Humphrey drives in and kicks it to Hall, who hit a couple of threes in that first half, missed on that attempt, and then off the hands of Reese Johnson and out of bounds. Reese Johnson has touched the basketball a lot, but she hasn't scored much. Sometimes you need her to get those points, maybe not facilitate the pass. Do you think Coach Frost talked about that at half?
Probably, but if she's been watching, I think she's also addressed that, there's other girls that are open that can do the same thing and put points on the board.
And I'll get mine eventually, or it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do what I can to help the team. Bonnet, now Hennessy. Nice move. Kicks it back out to Bonnet. Johnson. Let's give credit to Humphrey on the defense that she's played on her, too. Oh, nice move. Sydney Egana. And again, that wasn't Johnson offensively. She just did the screening on that play.
I think that's one thing that's going to be true. Both teams are going to be able to assess and figure out what they have to do for their team. And the Denver girls have been playing together for a really long time. Like, we're talking when they were young, but I think that's a lot of players down here too that they're willing to step up and to step into those roles that maybe they're not used to filling.
Foul whistled on Egana. And a putback and good from Elizabeth Jacobson. That's who they were trying to find earlier on that trip down the floor, and that time they succeed. So maybe that was a halftime adjustment. The runner by Bonnet, no good, and Jacobson rips it away, and then tying it up is Allison Bonnet. Back into the game is Tyler Hull, and it's another IMT Insurance. Be worry-free with IMTINS.com. Aaliyah Humphrey, coach says she makes a lot of good plays, makes her teammates better. Let's see how she can distribute and facilitate this basketball in the offense. Hull drives down and then pulls up her dribble. Humphrey to the rescue. Denver by 2. That's our halftime margin. 3 launched and hit. Kendra Cook now with 11.
The second half might be a lot of back and forth.
You're going to do a lot of pivoting, looking left, looking right. Humphrey goes up, and she gets tied up, which means it now stays down here on the alternating possession arrow. Humphrey a little frustrated right there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. She definitely was like, that was my ball.
Johnson takes the inbounds pass from Bonnet. Now back to Hildebrand. Bonnet, top of the key, guarded by Jacobson. Drives down on her, gets the shot off. Jacobson alters that attempt. Good putback by Hennessy, but the shot's missed. And then a rebound on Denver, or a foul on Denver on the rebound. Bonnet, the second foul of the game. Underwood, the 1 point advantage here. Foul still not really a concern. Bonnet, though, with 2. And Jacobson has 2. They go to Jacobson, right block. Back out to Humphrey. Swings it over. Cook. Jacobson, turn around over Humphrey, or Hennessy. And Grace grabs the rebound. Johnson thought about the 3. Humphrey gets a hand in it. Hildebrand collects. Bonnet fouled in the act of shooting, so she'll get 2 free throws. I don't know if they whistled Cook or Hall on that one. Hall was who they whistled. Bonnet missed the first. Hits the second. Tied again at 30. Cook drives. Loses the handle because Johnson got her hand in there. Johnson the other way. Leaves it for Bonnet for 3. Rattles around. Elizabeth Jacobson goes up and grabs the rebound. Hall drives. Back over to Hall.
You talked earlier about Denver getting their hands in those passes. There was one of them.
Right on cue. Denying it is Allison Bonnet. And then coming in, Humphrey after the loose board from Cook. Humphrey on the breakaway. And 1. Let's watch that replay. First, it's made on the hustle by Cook. And then Humphrey, just like a speeding bullet, and forces Bonnet to foul, and that's her 3rd. She'll go to the bench at 3:57 here in the 3rd quarter. Humphrey completes the 3-point play. Johnson takes control, misses. Loose ball, put back and score, Reese Johnson.
I told you it's going to be back and forth half.
Determined much?
Yeah.
I mean, watch Johnson on this play. I mean, she wanted it.
Is that one of her, I don't have enough points yet, so I'm just going to keep doing this until I get it?
Well, that's somebody who's realized, okay, if nobody else is going to drive, I will. Avery Ford grabs the loose ball. Matthias. Johnson goes back right side. Now into Hennessy, another one needing some points. That ball rattles in and out. Kendra Cook picks up the personal foul. Denver's field goal percentage keeps falling. Now down to 37%. Underwood still 12 of 25 for 48%. Denver's still getting more shots off. So is that a credit to Underwood's defense?
I think it's just the, is it still the nerves?
Always a thought, always a possibility. Denver back with the lead. Humphrey dribbles down. And again, the Denver defense denies and then only allows Underwood one chance at the basket. Tipped away by Cunningham. Inside Hennessy, mismatch there on Hall. Quickly up for Underwood. Hall. Timeout, Underwood. That's probably the first time in several minutes that we've seen Underwood play with maybe a little different look in their face. What happened?
I mean, they both came out of the locker room ready to go. You know, if you think about the first couple minutes of the game as a whole, it was pretty dang slow. And they came out here pretty aggressive for both teams, moving the ball, trying to get the looks. Maybe that a little bit more aggressive too, because, you know, we went back and forth there for those and ones. So
36-33, Denver back up to a 3-point lead, but Underwood will have the basketball. Now we're sitting in front of the Underwood fans, and they're here in their white shirts and they're waving, and the Denver fans in black shirts and that maroon color. This is how far I go back, Jenny. I remember when Denver was in the Cedar Wapsie.
you're talking foreign to me there.
Exactly. That's Cedar Wapsie. I think that was Southwind, Denver, Jessup, Wapsie Valley. Jessup went to the Tri-Rivers for a number of years, and then the NICL is where Denver landed, and that's where Hudson is, and Appleton, Parkersburg, and now Jessup's back in is in those teams at the NICL. Dyke New Hartford. All right, here we go back for Denver. They lead by 3. Humphrey denies Johnson the opportunity to drive.
I think Underwood's playing a little bit of a tighter on their girls on that defensive side.
Matthias travels. Right there is Coach Frost in those maroon pants, dark maroon pants. I love the attire. We've seen red pants to match the team squad. Some coaches, you know, it's all about that lucky tie back behind the defense, and scoring is Leah Hall. And that draws a smile from Coach Ruth over there. Leah Hall hits the free throw, and now she has 12. And Underwood goes full court man-to-man defense here. Cook guarding Hennessy, kicks to the left side. Matthias 3, good! Coach calls her the best shooter on the team. If she's left open, she can hit a couple threes real quick, and that's what she's done. Driving to the rack and scoring to counter is Haley Stengel. Underwood back within 1. 90 seconds to play, third quarter. Hildebrandt, now Ford, gets in trouble. Open Matthias, hits it again. think you're going to have to make an adjustment at the quarter. Don't leave Matthias open. Back-to-back threes. Humphrey, the give and go to Hall. Tipped in, saved for the moment by Stengel. Cunningham fouled as she was driving to the basket.
I think Denver has options for scorers, and we're seeing it there.
Well, and remember, Sydney Egana has been on the bench with 3 fouls. We'll likely see her in 47 seconds for the fourth quarter. But she's also scored. Egana leads all scorers with 15, and she's been on the bench for the last 3 minutes. Nice move by Cunningham. Or no, that was Cook. Ford for Matthias. Johnson, 20 seconds. Pull up mid-range and one. The senior now with 4 points. Actually now 6 points. But I didn't realize Reese Johnson has 10 rebounds. Now she has 7 points. Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Denver by 5. Cook drives in. Left hand, no. 5 seconds. Can Denver get one off? Here comes Ford. She's going to let fly, get it knocked away, and no basket. Hustle all the way by Cunningham prevents that last look at the basket. Denver, a 5-point lead as we go to the final 8 minutes of this state tournament game.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
It's Fairway Family Food.
We asked 100 grocery shoppers who has the best online shopping.
Fairway Meat and Grocery.
Yes. Name a reason you do your online shopping at Fairway.
Expert shoppers pick out my groceries.
Survey says
Fairway experts hand pick your groceries.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Pick up a great deal when you shop at fairway.com today.
I'm sorry, I'm dancing. When they start playing, Vince Rubino is the in-house DJ, and I told him before the game today. I said, "Hey Vince, I heard a couple of songs yesterday. I did my Shazam app so I could find out what song that was." He sets the tone and the mood so well, and we don't need any other music help. We already have a heightened score. And if that shot would have gone from Hall, this place would have gone crazy for Underwood. Right now, Denver leads by 5 in this quarterfinal. That's been their biggest lead. They've just not been able, or actually, this is Denver's biggest lead at 5. And Hennessy now gets into the score, but she has 8. We have a whistle and a foul underneath. And I got to let you know, if you're looking for merchandise to match your team, the merchandise is available. Visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. You can also get it in the arena. If you're coming down later in the week, it is off that way. So it's on the south entrance where the stagecoach is, if you're familiar with Wells Fargo Arena. Leah Hall, the free throw, good. 6-point advantage. Denver's lead was 7, and that was their biggest lead. Now it's back to 6, and they have the basketball back. Let's see if the 2 seed comes to town to play. And Egana, who's back into the ball game, is going to get a chance to add to her 15. All right, we talk about nerves. And I said, is it more nervous in the first or the fourth? Yes.
Yes. All of the above. I think the first is just getting acclimated to the place. Now, knowing where you're at. Now you're in the game. Your head is in the game, and that's where those nerves are coming from.
And you're just supposed to say, I've been here before, let's go. We see the let's go a lot. First free throw is missed. Second one is hit by Eganau. OX. Back to 7-point lead. Underwood probably needs to hit a bucket here before this game gets any further away from them. Humphrey looked for Jacobson for a moment, but man, she's having to work down low because of that defense with Eganau back in. We're going to have a timeout, Underwood. And they'll step away for the full stretch, and so will we. 6:54 to play here at Wells Fargo.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Underwood on the bottom side of this one, 48-41. Their fans, are they concerned? Are they worried right now?
I don't know. They look pretty calm back there.
They're just waiting for another tune. Maybe Fitz in the tantrums to get them going. All right, if you're Denver, what are you talking about in the huddle?
I think they are talking like keep the pace up. 7-point lead. They're doing stuff.
What about Underwood? What are they talking about then?
I think we got to keep things collected. I think they're playing a little bit frazzled, but they just need to collect themselves and go back to that playing with confidence.
Underwood played with incredible confidence the first three quarters. It's just a little absent here in that first minute of the fourth. Underwood with the basketball. A big bucket right here would help out a bunch. Humphrey pulls it up into the corner, needs some help, gets it. Shot goes for Hall. Watching that thing spin down, I think if it would have spun out, you would have seen a drop in shoulders. Hennessy. Eganau there. Puts the move on Jacobson, and Jacobson gets a block. Jacobson's just a sophomore. There's a lot of her moves that are still going to develop, but she is a good player, good defender down low. Matthias hit a couple of those shots earlier, actually. That's Eganau. Now Hennessy. Extends the lead back to 7 as we approach 6 minutes to play. Humphrey goes backdoor to Jacobson, just a little too much. Not enough arc on that one, and then Cook is going to foul Avery Ford. That'll be the 6th team foul. Full court pressure from Underwood. But Bonnet dribbles through it. Johnson into Eganau. Back on Jacobson. Nice drop step. Hard off the glass. Reese Johnson the board. Back to Hennessy. 3. No. Put back. Eganau. No. Tipped out. Hennessy again. That was that volleyball play right there. Curl around kick. And that was a goalie safe kick. That was a hockey goalie would be proud of that one.
Right off the toe.
Fading away, pulling the skate up. But Denver, this next pass, Humphrey steals it, so I can't even say that. Humphrey the breakaway, lays it in. Lead back to 5. Hennessy. Timeout. Denver. 4:49 to play in this Class 2A quarterfinal.
We are
We are so much more.
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
What am I thinking? Oh, we're on? Okay, so this is why I'm talking to Jenny Lichty. Jenny and I have talked, we're talking Iowa State Fair. We have talked about the fair. Jenny and I have done a podcast together, actually. A fair feature for Iowa PBS, and we're talking grandstand acts. I'm sorry, it's just, you caught us in normal conversation.
It gets warm, and you're like, let's talk about summer, and summer ends with State Fair. And
So if we get to 70 today, just think of how cold the grounds are at 70, you know? It's normally like 95 in the shade.
That's true.
But it's heating up in here, and Underwood, Humphrey denied that pass, got back into the game. Denver now takes the timeout. They were just a little bit not quite in sync. Coach Frost takes the timeout. Let's see what they draw up. Hennessy drives in, a cutting Reese. Johnson shots missed, and then Johnson's they're gonna call a foul, not a tie-up. There were two Eagle players, both Cook and Jacobson, and Johnson kind of reached in, and the official says, no, that's not gonna be a held ball. And Coach Frost asking the question to the bench, and the players like, I know, Coach, I can't do anything. You know how that coaching moves go. You never employed that, did you?
I mean, I think I would ask questions, but it was more to myself if anyone was listening.
Hall is going to be called for the foul on the rebound. And we'll walk the other way as we're now in the bonus for both teams.
These last 4.5 minutes are going to come down to smart basketball and knowing when to foul and when not to foul.
As a team, Denver is a 66% free throw shooting team. Underwood 56. Both are above their average right now. Underwood at 64% and Denver at 70, and that'll make it 7 of 11, so that percentage will drop. So Underwood, the foul pays off. Humphrey. Pass knocked away, Avery Ford. She stepped on the line trying to save it. Again, denying those passes and getting in those passing lanes. Humphrey now passes it to Hall. Cook looking for Jacobson. Instead, they go back Humphrey in the corner. She sets her feet, little long. Agana grabs it, and now Ford. 1-on-3 will pull it out. Agana, now Reese Johnson from way out, misses. Ford tips it. Somehow, Reese Johnson made it all the way in from the 3 into the paint.
You saw Denver here in the last few possessions really driving the lane, and that's what they were looking for. So for her to throw up that three-pointer was a little bit change of pace, definitely.
Hull, Cook, and Jacobson, all with 3 fouls for Underwood. For Denver, they also have a couple of foul situations with Bonnet as the free throw is hit by Johnson. Bonnet, Ford, and Agana all with 3 fouls. We'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. 51-45, 6-point lead for Denver. Jacobson's there, back door, and 1. You saw the look, Jenny, didn't you, that she gave? Watch it on the replay. The over the defense. Don't put it on the ground. put it back up. Jacobson converts, now with 9. Coach says she's not afraid of contact. She's going to have to get bruising down there. 3-point lead for Denver, 3:25 to go. Bonnet, top of the key, guarded by Hall. Now the nice floater by Reese Johnson. They're an average for a reason. You can keep a player down for 3 quarters, but it's that fourth and when the game's on the line. Humphrey drives in. Straight up defense by Egina, and it's off of Denver. Underwood will keep possession.
Hopefully that whistle gives them a little bit of a chance to figure out what they're doing. They didn't seem real confident in where they were going there.
Hall drives, has it reached in and taken away. I don't know if it was Hennessy. She's the one who came up with it. I don't know who grabbed it first. Reese Johnson, 2.5 to play. Denver not really in a hurry to shoot. Oh, nice move, Egina. But then Cook comes in and steals it away. Humphrey, now Cook. Looking for Jacobson. She puts her hand up. 3 on the way from Hall, short. Jacobson had come out to get the pass or to set the screen and was not in there for the rebound, and it cost the Eagles. 2 minutes, timeout, Denver. The final, the 2-minute warning. Let's step away for a moment to say that we're going to keep it here is what we're going to say. All right, Denver in the huddle. Now, this game's on Iowa PBS on Friday or Saturday. We have the coach's mic. We'd be listening in to right now. Coach Frost, what's he saying?
Keep doing what they're doing. I think this timeout is a little bit of a timeout to refocus on what they need to do. They are putting the pressure on. They're moving at a faster pace. But Underwood, I'm going to give them credit for really not getting down in that 7-point deficit and coming up with some big ones. So, you know, Humphrey tried stealing that one, and then we turn around and we saw Cook do the same thing and come up with it. So I'm looking forward to 2 minutes.
Well, you know, I don't know what more we can have because we've had runs by both teams. The biggest lead has been 7, I think. Maybe it was 8. We've had a couple of ties. We've just had a really even basketball game. I wouldn't say that either team has really done anything to not win. You know, sometimes a team will turn it over and one's not playing well.
Yep.
Both of these teams are playing well.
Yep.
Hennessy takes the inbounds pass and guarded by Cook. Johnson off the screen. Looks to get it into Hennessy. It's tied up, and it is a held ball. It will stay with Denver. So now there's a storyline to watch as the possession error will favor Underwood after this inbounds. $16 turnovers for Underwood, 11 for Denver. I'm sure Underwood will say, gosh, we could have just kept it a little more, but no, they are absolutely in this game. Denver's taken 48 shots tonight. Hennessy. So Denver not really in much of a aggressive offense. And now a foul, Kendra Cook, and I think that's number 4 for Cook. So now both Hull and Cook have 4 personals. Avery Ford for Denver has 4 fouls. Minute 34 to play. Denver by 5. Looking at stats here real quick. 3 Denver players in double figures, Egina, Johnson, and Hennessy. Really, Reese Johnson with 14 rebounds. We have to pick a Casey's player of the game. Those are your 3 nominees, probably in my mind, for Denver. If Underwood makes the comeback here, you've got Cook with 13, Leah Hall with 10, 9 from Jacobson to go along with 12 rebounds. So looking at those 3, do you see anybody else on either team that we're missing that we should be talking about?
I think you pretty much covered them.
Denver doesn't look to be too aggressive right here on offense. Are they going to probably stick with this here? But Johnson is at the free throw line. Underwood doesn't have to start launching 3s yet. They can just still take 2s, right? They just got to get stops?
Yep.
Johnson. Now with 11. Hits them both. Back to a 7-point lead. Cook goes down. Now Hall loses the handle of it. And Hennessy, now Johnson, and then Humphrey steals it back. And she'll get a chance for a foul. And all of a sudden that could have gone really bad for Underwood, but it comes out pretty good. That is the 4th foul on Avery Ford. She fouls out with 1:19 to play. We don't know if that'll be the last time Ford plays. She is a senior. If Underwood would come back, that would end Ford's career. But Underwood, they're going to have to hit some shots and get some stops. One's good for Humphrey. Humphrey now with 9. Bonnet. Harassed by Hull. Up the court. Hennessy pulls it back out. Cunningham on Hennessy. Now Johnson comes to the rescue. Tries to find Egina, and then Cunningham. Cunningham was going to make contact either to the ball or to the player, the way she aggressively played there.
There's not much control when you're in the air on where you're going.
Egina. Now with 17. Again, a little foul trouble. Didn't play much of the second quarter. And been quiet here in the second half. But now she's gone and hit 3 free throws to extend it back to a 7-point lead as we come to the final minute. Humphrey dishing for Jacobson. Back out to Hall, and then we're going to have a foul on the pass, and it'll be 2 free throws because that'll be the 10th foul on Denver. So the double bonus in effect. Humphrey again. Now into double figures. Are you going to foul if you don't get the pressure after this? Or you just get a rebound and get a 2 for 1. Humphrey misses the shot, and then I don't know if it was Humphrey or if it was Stengel that committed the foul. It's on Humphrey. I don't know, I'm not saying she missed that one on purpose, but sometimes you do, thinking she made the 1, get the 2 back, and then we can set. But it's a 6-point lead now with 50.6 to play. Reese Johnson. Missed. If there is an Achilles heel for Denver in this game, it probably has been their free throws. Just below or right at 70%. That's still pretty good. I guess I shouldn't say that's a... It just always kind of looks up that they've been missing. And they missed 2 right there with Johnson, and Underwood gets the rebound. Down by 6. Need a bucket in a hurry. Cook. Humphrey. Jacobson having a hard time getting open. Cook drives, kicks. Hall for 3. Hard shot, won't go. Hall kind of rushed that one. No, that was Hall. Cook on Hennessy. Now knocked away for a moment. Bonnet, Underwood not fouling, and finally Humphrey does after a good 10 to 15 seconds goes off the clock.
I think Coach was calling for that, and she just didn't hear.
Well, it does get loud, and it's hard. You know, in the smaller gym, you can sometimes hear that, but this large environment, I've heard coaches say they practice with the sound system up extremely high, trying to mimic the audio that they'll have to deal with. Here, it's like the no snap, or in football when you do the silent snap count. And that shot is missed. Final 15 here. On the ground, Hennessy and Johnson. And now Denver can run it out and close it out. And Denver is going to advance 58-51. It wasn't easy. Underwood played the yippee dog the whole game. But a 13-11 fourth quarter ensured that Denver will move on to the semifinals. Well, the two teams shake hands. We'll have a trophy and a presentation of Denver will put their name on the display board to say they are moving on, and they are going to play Friday at 11:45 against the winner of Central Lyon Cascade.
In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU is Gary Ross. Congratulations, head coach Jasmine Ruth and the Eagles from Underwood on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Sydney Egina will advance their team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Cyclone fans, your team advances to the 2A semifinals and will play the winner of our next game between Central Lyon and Cascade. That will be played on Friday at 11:45. Fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you for your support and attendance.
Well, there comes Denver in their opening lineups, and we'll watch the highlights and talk about the player of the game. And the Casey's player of the game is Sydney Egina, 18 points, 6 rebounds. Reese Johnson, a close second with 12 and 16. If you were going to give it to 2, it's a hard time, but it was really the points early from Egina that put it over the edge for you. Why?
Yeah, definitely. She was the go-to, I guess you would say, in that first half. And I think it was a little bit different. So it was Denver adjusting, and maybe Hennessy is the one that, or not, Egina was the one that had the points on the board, but she had that team back in her.
She did, and it made a difference, and it really kind of put Underwood. They were just looking up at the scorebook the whole time, and that is our Casey's player of the game. And they are proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And today's player of the game, Casey's, is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans, making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. All right, Jenny Lichty, first of 3 for you today, first of 2 for me. So I'm just the warm-up act for you. Good luck the rest of the way, and enjoy the games. Good to see you, and good to work with you again. All right, Denver moves on. They'll play Friday, the winner of this next game. This is Class 2A quarterfinals from the 2022 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament from Wells Fargo Arena. From all the crew here at the Girls Union Digital Network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy, we say thank you for watching, and so long from Wells Fargo Arena.